experience to hiking and fishing and whatever it may be. And so it's going to be a lot of fun here in the future, working together close with Joe on how we can come up with innovative ways to get the next generation out there, get them exposed to hiking and fishing, and provide that opportunity for them. So, you know, it ties in with my photography as well. I'm always looking for that awesome shot. So it counts on being outdoors. So just a lot of different avenues that we can go down and venture out to grow our brands together. So again, exciting. I'm pumped, beyond pumped for this to see how it can potentially grow into something more that's way bigger than us. It's for the next generation coming up.
Thanks, Bubba. Appreciate that. Joe, welcome to our sport. Happy you could join us today. This is very exciting news for Columbia. Could you offer some thoughts about the partnership with Bubba and Richard Petty Motorsports?
Well, thank you, Lance. And, thank you to Bubba, and thank you to RPM. This has been an unbelievable opportunity, really, that we have in front of us. And the chance to partner with such great motorsports teams, Bubba as an individual. This is really a special time for Columbia Sportswear and the Columbia brand. We've been around for 82 years. We've been through a lot of tough times. We've been through a lot of great times, but we really see this as an unbelievable opportunity to connect with people, connect with fans of the sport, and really broaden our opportunity to get people outdoors. We make great, innovative outdoor apparel, and we can't wait to have Bubba help us gather more people around the world that love to do these activities that Bubba described as well. So for Columbia, for all of our employees, we couldn't be absolutely more ecstatic about this opportunity, and we really can't wait to get going. So thanks.
Thank you, Joe. Again, we really appreciate you joining us today, and glad to have you as part of the media conference and available to take questions. Thank you for that. At this time, we'll turn this over to Amanda Ellis with NASCAR for administration of the question and answer session of the conference. Amanda, all yours.
Yes, Lance, thanks for your help there with all the proper introductions. We will now go to the question and answer session. As a friendly reminder, you may ask questions in two forms. One, by raising your hand within the Zoom platform, or sending us a chat, and we will monitor questions in that area as well. We will we hold your questions to one if you can, because we do have a lot of people here today, and we'd like to get to as many people as we can. And we will start with Jeff Gluck from The Athletic. Jeff Gluck, please go ahead with your question.
And my question is actually for Joe. Joe, why Bubba and why now?
Well, why not? Having the chance to connect with an individual with a team that has really stood up with unbelievable conviction, much of which Columbia has stood up over the years through our history. And, we had the opportunity to do this, and we thought we absolutely have to connect with Bubba. The more we've learned about him as an individual, what he loves to do in the outdoors, again, what he stands for, really, we couldn't not make this partnership happen. And so for us, as a brand, as a company, we're unbelievably excited about this opportunity.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Claire B. Lane. Claire, go ahead with your question.
Thank you. This one's for Bubba. Bubba, does this mean that you're staying at Richard Petty Motorsports, given the extent of this? You said that we were going to be hearing something big, and if it did, it would be great for Richard Petty and for you. Does this mean you're staying there? And then also, what's the kind of breakout between it being a personal services deal and what it will mean for Richard Petty and for competition via the sponsorship?
Yeah, wow. Second question in, we're already there. Thanks, Claire. We're in the middle of silly season still, and we're on both parties. My team and RPM are still trying to figure out ways to finalize deals and get everything together. This definitely solves a big piece to the puzzle and working together. So nothing's set in stone yet. It's still all being worked out, ironed out. So hopefully we'll have that announcement coming soon.
And personal services versus the what goes to the, is it you that's bringing it, or is it them that get it and the breakout kind of?
Yeah, it's a two-part way. It's definitely a personal service deal on my end, and also bringing funding to the race cars to allow us to keep being competitive, keep racking in those top tens, and putting together those good runs. We have 4 races left for the playoffs, a big hill to climb, but this is definitely going to knock us up a notch to go out there and compete and give it our all.
Congratulations on the deal, Bubba.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Bob Pockers. Bob, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, Bubba, when you look at trying to decide what to do for your future, what's important to you? I mean, is it money? Is it stability? Is it loyalty? What are you considering?
Yeah, all those things considered. The first thing I went into this deal with RPM, can't believe it's already been 3 years. And the first thing I said was feeling like family. And to this day, I feel like family, and that's been very important to me. It's easy to kind of get caught up in just being a driver and showing up and at the racetrack and getting the job done and then going home, and it's kind of a wash and repeat. And here it's family. It's being in contact with everybody, a part of the team. Obviously being close to Richard, you have that family aspect. So that goes a long way. I'm a family guy. I love my family here. So to have that same sort of feel is definitely important. And, obviously you want to be competitive. I came into this sport wanting to win races and be a household name on the track. So we have a lot of work to do as a team and together to get there. So again, like I said, we're figuring out all our options and figuring out the best solution for both of us to go out and be competitive on the racetrack.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Jordan Bianchi. Jordan, go ahead.
Bubba, you told NBC Sports that you have a contract offer from Chip Ganassi Racing. What is the deciding factor between going with them, going with RPM, or looking at other organizations? And what is your deadline?
Yeah, obviously, my deadline is usually, I think, the Thursday or Friday before climbing in the car at Daytona. So we're well ahead of that deadline right now. And so that's it's good to be having these conversations and all options that are on the table. Again, we're still in the heart of it, in the thick of it, but we're figuring out everything as we go.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to continue with questions. Our next question will come from Dave Burns. Dave, go ahead with your question for Bubba.
Hey, man, I've got you on pit road this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm wondering, with the road courses, I had Road America last week, so I know you guys like a lot of creature comforts in there that are different than the oval. And so can you explain how you're going to get to that without having any laps on track and really feel like you're ready to race when the green goes?
I don't know if any of us are going to feel like we're ready to race. So it's going to be exciting for sure. I'm glad I'm not on the front row for this one to drive off in there and find my marks. I don't want to be like Brad at the Roval 2 years ago and overshoot the corner. So we'll just have to be mindful. This is the most time I've spent preparing for a road course, going up to the sim. I'm actually heading up to jump on the sim immediately after this call up at the shop. So just trying to prep myself for as much as I can to be ready for putting corners together. It's crazy how just from watching the 24 hours, you kind of learn which way the kind of track goes. Obviously, turning left immediately after start finish line, going through the infield there, and then you kind of visualize like, man, I used to park here. We didn't have a motorhome. Being a part of the Truck and Xfinity Series, you park there in the road course parking lot. So it's going to be cool to kind of be racing all around that. It'll be exciting for the fans putting it all together. But again, I have tried to spend so much time prepping for this, so hopefully it works out for us in the end.
Is there one thing you need to get right in the cockpit, you personally, every time?
I think as long as we're comfortable, and usually my guys do a top-notch job, A+ job every time of not really having mistakes. I know without practice, it's easy to forget something, but each and every weekend I show up and the belts are the same, steering wheel height's the same, everything is the same, seat mounts, everything. So my guys do a great job back at RPM, so we're all good.
Great, thanks. I'll see you there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to take another question. Let's see here. We'll go to Woody Kane. Woody, go ahead.
Hey, Bubba. I was just curious about your feeling of where you believe the team stands now compared to a year ago at this time. It seems like there have been more flashes, but have you seen more consistency that you've kind of been looking for versus this time a year ago? I know a lot's going on between now and then, but you know what I'm asking.
Yeah, for sure. I think we are leaps and bounds ahead of last year, and I think that's important to build off of. I remember an old school motto was "suck less than your last race." So that's how we kind of went about it. And then moving forward this year, having Jerry come in, having Danny come in, integrate their ways, and have Jerry kind of learn the ins and outs of the Cup Series has been very important and very influential and positive for us. Making those bold strategy calls, stay out, take 2 tires, whatever it may be to keep us in the game. Even talking with the pit crew, they're appreciative of Jerry and how he keeps them in the game to keep them, whether it's, if we have a bad day and we're fighting to stay on the lead lap, taking strategy there, or it's like Vegas earlier this year. I look at, we were running 20th with about 4 or 5 to go, stayed out and ended up 6th. It's just those types of things that produce good races and good momentum, and we've carried that. You look at Michigan, we had a really good car, had a really solid weekend. Sunday didn't go as well as Saturday, but still having those little highlights of success, like you mentioned, continue to build momentum for us moving forward. So we got some tough races coming up on the schedule, but with the team behind me right now, we're ready to tackle anything.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go to Alex with the Charlotte Observer. Alex, go ahead.
Hey, Bubba. I'm kind of wondering, just as the season as a whole, sort of how is your sponsorship interest compared this year versus like in years past? Are you sort of like getting your choice of what, sponsors you're interested in or companies you're interested personally, and how are you making those decisions for who to partner with?
Yeah, this is I've been in this in racing and motorsports for 17 years now, and we may have not have been looking for sponsorship right off the bat, but I'd say ever since 2010, a good 10 years now, we've been looking for sponsorship, and I was always told when, and they'll come, and we won a few in the Truck Series, and still fighting sponsorship issues. Haven't won much since then, but we've been doing things. We've been winning off the racetrack, and I think that's helped. Being much bigger than an athlete, standing up for a human being side. It's something that we often don't get to do just because we're put on a pedestal. So with the kind of spotlight that I put myself into, being vocal about what's going on in the world has created opportunities for new partners. Look at Columbia here, brand new partner, a part of the sport, part of RPM, part of Bubba Wallace brand. We're doing good things off the racetrack that helps our on-track performance. So we would just continue those ways, and this doesn't even compare to how the little bit of sponsor momentum we've had in years past. This is an incredible opportunity for me. One of the best years of my racing career from that standpoint. Like I said earlier, we're building up on a great future here, getting these partnerships these deals in place to set both of ourselves, the team, the partner, myself, up for great success, and we'll continue to do that.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Dustin Long. Dustin, go ahead with your question for Bubba.
Thank you. Bubba, I'm curious just overall, how are you doing right now? I mean, you've certainly gone through a lot, and I know even a month and a half ago, you were really tired, having gone through the ringer of the role of activism, and you're now the competitor aspect. There's still that aspect going on, and now as you examine your future, there's a lot on your shoulders right now. How are you handling it? And you at least right now seem a little fresher than you did a few weeks ago. Do you feel it, or are you still kind of beat down and worn out?
No, I definitely feel a lot more upbeat. And we just signed a deal with Columbia. Who wouldn't be upbeat about that? Come on. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of momentum, positive momentum on our side. Big things, being worked on behind the scenes that, like this, we're excited to share with people. So, it's part of it. You go through the ringer. It makes you a better person at the end of the day. Maybe it's a new outlet for you to explore. Like I said, about being outspoken about things that are going on in the country and in the world, and you want to be a part of. And that's how I felt. And I didn't know what to expect. Me, I'm always just to do it and figure out everything after. And so that's just the part of Bubba Wallace in the everyday life of him. And we'll continue to go on. So I'm always ready for whatever's thrown at me. I try to handle it in the best way I can. I'll get beat up and wore down about it, and you'll hear about it because I wear my heart on my sleeve. But all in all, we're refreshed. We got that week off, had a great vacation. Amanda and I had time to decompress and turn off my phone. Have Lance stop calling me every day, just get away. But no, it was a good refresh to refocus on what we need to do on the racetrack as well as off the racetrack.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to go back and pick up a few second questions. Bob Hawkers, go ahead with an additional question.
Yeah, to kind of follow up on Dustin's, has there been a lot of talk as far as some of the social activism that you're involved in that, that obviously we don't see on a day-to-day basis? Do you feel like, obviously it was in the spotlight a month ago, but do you feel like behind the scenes that there is stuff going on in the industry where people are taking kind of what they said a month or two ago and trying to put words into action?
Yeah, for sure. I had a great lunch with Brandon Thompson at NASCAR Diversity Affairs there, and we were talking about some really good things of how we can just make our sport better for everybody. Diversity training coming into place and trying to get that going, and it's going to be a lot of fun and a good process to see how it works out. So from the sports side, big things are coming, and then from the personal side as well. I'm excited to be still working out, getting my foundation up and running. Having my sister be a part of that. So I know we're basically right on the goal line for finalizing things up with that to be able to dive into the communities, the conversations that we've had. We've even had them with Columbia about my foundation. It's so tough with COVID going on right now to really, be in person and reach out to the communities to get them, whether it's a part of the sport or just educate them on things that are going on in the world. So there's a lot of good things away from the racetrack, away from racing, that deal with the issues that go on in the world that are being worked out as well.
Thank you.
Rob.
Okay, we'll take a question from Jordan Beyond. Go ahead.
This question is for Joe. Joe, in the Associated Press story this morning, they said that this was a brand ambassador deal with Bubba Wallace, and that you would move with him to a different team if that was the case. Can you confirm that and you kind of expand upon that of why you guys are open to moving to a different team other than Richard Petty Motorsports?
Well, we're focused on right now. Right now, it's with RPM and Bubba, and that's what we're excited about is this opportunity right now. And I can't really talk about anything beyond that other than the fact that today we're excited, and this is what we're here to talk about.
What an answer! Love it.
All right, we're going to take another question, I believe for Joe from Claire B. Lang. Claire, go ahead with your question for Joe.
Yeah, Joe, it's been a big day in NASCAR. Hendrick Motorsports announced a sponsor. Ryan Newman got a finish of his whole season this year from a sponsor, a new sponsor to NASCAR that jumped in. What kind of times are these, and what a big deal to jump into NASCAR right now? And we're seeing a lot of that today, indeed. And Columbia, I don't know how much Columbia has been involved in NASCAR. I don't recall much of Columbia around NASCAR. But what does this mean to do this now? It seems like a ripe time to do it, actually, even though some people say, well, times are tough in a pandemic and we don't add on programs.
Yeah, we're really looking at it from a couple different ways. First of all, fans of NASCAR have been big fans of Columbia in the past, and today they're big fans. We've had people in the stands wearing our gear. We've had people outdoors wearing our gear. There's been a real natural connection with NASCAR, the sport, but we've never really had a connection like this in front of us, and that's why this is different. We're able to connect with Bubba. We're able to connect with the sport. We're able to get more people involved with what Bubba is saying, ultimately getting more people outdoors that love our products and can go out and enjoy the outdoors. And so that's what we're trying to do. It's a perfect real connection for the brand, again, for our employees, for consumers. We are very excited about this opportunity.
And what about jumping in now during the pandemic? Although I guess, envision that more people are going outside. So for you guys, it's kind of a jump. You know what I mean? That people are enjoying the outdoors more than ever, maybe they can't do other things.
Yeah, I think it's just it's a natural connection. I mean, we like when people get outside. People don't really want to be inside right now if you don't have to be. So there's a great natural connection with what we do and what we're trying to do for people around the world.
Listen, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take another question here from Steven with 24/7 Sports. Steven, go ahead.
This is going to be a question for Joe. Joe, obviously, Bubba Wallace's personal brand has really started to take off in the past couple of months, but in joining him, you're also joining Richard Petty Motorsports and, of course, you know, the brand of Richard Petty. Can you expand on exactly what it means to be aligning yourself with Richard Petty and the number 43 car and all the history and everything else that goes with that?
Yeah, I think it's simple the way we've looked at it. You know, there's a lot of history with the race team, a lot of history here with Bubba as well. And what we're really looking forward to is getting a win with Bubba in the Columbia race car. That would be just unbelievable, and really for the sport. But that's what we're here to do, and you know, that's what we're looking forward to. Getting behind the team, get behind Bubba. We couldn't hope for anything better.
Thank you. And from a Columbia customer, welcome to NASCAR.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take one final question from Marty. Marty, go ahead with your question.
Thanks, Amanda. This question's for Bubba. Bubba, hope you're doing well. I want to ask you about this weekend. You know, we were supposed to be at Watkins Glen International. What's your take on not going to the Glen this year?
Statistically, I'm all right with it. It hasn't been one of my best racetracks, but I think this is with everything going on with COVID. I know NASCAR's been up to their necks and trying to figure out what the schedule is going to be. So definitely don't envy them right now. But kudos to them for coming up with an alternative and something new for NASCAR. I know the road course has been around for years and years, and being able to watch that on TV right before our season kickoff at Daytona. So for us to go in there with no practice. I remember when I was asked about, hey, we need a solid answer if you're okay with no practice. And I was just like, okay, what does everybody else's think on this or thought on this? And look, the final verdict was no practice, drive off into turn one and figure out where to go after that. So it'll be cool. It'll be a different alternative. Definitely have fans tune in for that. And to be able to watch all the action there on NBC. So it'll be cool. It'll be that's all I can say because none of us really know what to expect. But to have a good race and try to continue our momentum for there. I know road courses have been a struggle for me, but you know, like I said earlier, I've prepped a lot more than I have in the past to be good here and be successful here. So hopefully it goes hand in hand.
Appreciate your time. Best of luck this weekend. And Lance and Joe, welcome to NASCAR.
Thanks.
All right, that is all the questions we have for today. So for Bubba, Lance, and Joe, thank you so much for joining us. We're excited for the news today. And Bubba, we wish you the best of luck this weekend in Daytona. All the media who are here with us, we will have audio and video from today's presser on NASCARmedia.com. And we will also be using this link for our availability at 1 p.m. with AJ Allmendinger. So please feel free to stay within the room. We'll just mute everything and we'll join you guys here in about 30 minutes.
Trey, I'm really disappointed you didn't ask a question. I'm sure you'll call me in a minute, though. See ya.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.